Today we're going to start a series called Viral Recipes for the Ninja Creami. We're going to look at what they are and just make them good. This is the first in probably a long series where I'm going to look at viral ice cream recipes that have been made in the Ninja Creami, try and explain why they've done what they have, and make that actual product somewhat edible. So the first one is peaches. This recipe, you can't even call it a recipe. This idea, I literally didn't even want to go down the rabbit hole as to where it came from, but someone decided that they were just going to call this ice cream by can of peaches and put it in a blender or freeze it in their Ninja Creami tub and then process it in there. So I get that the Ninja Creami, it can be used for, you know, healthy kind of snacks. And if you're doing that, then don't call it ice cream, because that is just frozen peaches and water or syrup, depending on which one you buy. Healthy snack? Yes, absolutely. Nothing wrong with that. Don't start calling it ice cream or gelato or sorbet, because it's not even anywhere close. It's not even in the same country, let alone ballpark. So I went to the store and picked up these two different cans, DelMonte, and this is, I think, Western Family Peaches, which comes from Save On Foods over here. Two very distinctly different cans. There's the same peaches in there, which are clingstone peaches, but per 167 milliliters, so 2/3 of a cup. This one has 8 grams of sugar, this one has 22 grams of sugar. They both have approximately the same amount of protein, same amount of sodium, give or take. So pretty much the same apart from sugar. This one is sweetened with sucralose. So it contains 14 milligrams of sucralose to give you a slightly more appropriate kind of taste. As if peaches aren't sweet enough as they are, that's that. So this is clingstone peaches, water, citric acid, ascorbic acid, and sucralose. Contains 14 milligrams per serving. This one is clingstone peaches, water, sugar, citric acid. So it's actually a much cleaner label, but this uses white sugar, table sugar, and this one uses sucralose. I'm not going to compare the two, because if you're gonna just put this in a Ninja Creami and blend it, then what's the point of even coming up with that idea? But we can do something with this to make it somewhat edible. What do we need to make this semi-decent? Not a lot, actually. We need a little bit of cream. We're going to use some allulose. You can use xylitol as well, but you'll just need to use a bit less. And we're going to build up the solids just enough with a little bit of inulin, and then a stabilizer to grab hold of that excess water. Pretty simple recipe. Let's get what we need laid out here. So we do need to blend the peaches. So that is obviously a given. We've got our whipping creams, 33%. You can use 36%, and actually that would be a benefit. You could use double cream as well, which would also be a benefit, because you're actually just increasing solids, which is where this idea falls flat on its ass. A lot of hand waving going on today. So we're going to open our peaches. I'm using the DelMonte ones, which are the sucralose sweetened ones. We're going to open a can and pour that whole thing into our blender, syrup and everything. Now into here, we need to add 100 grams of our cream. There we go. And then additionally, we're going to add in 70 grams of our allulose. Remember, we're making ice cream. We're not just freezing peaches and saying it's ice cream. We're actually making ice cream here. We need our inulin, which I haven't got out. Inulin is chicory root fiber. That is all it is. It can make you a bit gassy if you eat too much. It's a very small amount going in here. And finally, it's a stabilizer. There's loads of water in here. Not enough solids. We need to stabilize that free water. So what we're going to do is use xanthan gum. Why xanthan gum? Well, guar gum is not very good in acidic environments. Peach are a mildly acidic fruit, so we need to make sure that we're using the right stabilizer for the right job. If you use a blend, that is absolutely fine, because the other parts of it will stabilize your mix. If you're just using a single stabilizer like guar, and to be fair, I quite like guar, then think about when you're using it. Tara gum also works in here. And we are going to just add 1 gram of our xanthan gum into there. That is everything. Put this back in the fridge. That is everything we need to turn this useless recipe into something actually closer to or akin to ice cream. So with that in our blender, let's get it in here. I'm going to blend it up for a good minute or two, get everything mixed together, get those peaches decimated into a nice kind of liquid. Right, there we go. Now, do we need to heat this up? We've used a cold process stabilizer, xanthan gum, so the stabilizer doesn't need heating. But the allulose often doesn't dissolve properly without some kind of heat. So what we can do is just check. Run a spoon along the edge of your container. There's absolutely no graininess in there or whatsoever, super smooth. That allulose has dissolved within our liquid, so we're good to go. In this goes. See, look, the texture is so much better. This gives you, I think, about 600 grams worth of base here. Into the freezer that goes to completely harden off. That's going to take, you know, I'd give it a day just to be sure. And then we'll look at the Ninja Creami hump. We'll look at the top here and we'll see what the result is. So I'll come back once this is frozen. Inulin comes from Amazon. There's loads of different types. Just buy the cheapest one because it's all the same. Chicory root fiber, it's also known as. So if you can't find inulin, look for chicory root fiber. There are other types of fiber sources as well. Citrus fiber is a modern ingredient that's coming around. I haven't been able to buy it yet, but I know someone in Europe that can buy it. Also someone in Mexico that can buy it. So it's coming, and I reckon once that turns up and becomes available to the public, it will be a bit of a game changer for these healthier recipes, because it will be the perfect solids boost for us. So make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see how to change your bad ice cream recipe into a good ice cream recipe. Let's get our frozen peach ice cream base out of the freezer. Right, the can of peaches just frozen, and ours, let's have a look. I'm not expecting this to be completely flat because it's not a perfect recipe, but it is much more appropriately flat. There's a tiny little bump in the middle, but it's pretty good, and that's because we've got that solids content just within the range that we want it to be. This is technically the fat content of gelato, but it doesn't have the sugar, obviously, because we've gone with no added sugar. We've used allulose, but we have changed the freezing point and the serving temperature to be in line with gelato as well. So let's chat. We plugged in, yes. Let's fire this up. We'll do the whole. So we're just going to do ice cream. You can do gelato if you want to. Look, I've never done the gelato. If you don't know, the ice cream and the gelato settings do exactly the same thing. Speed, rotation is the same. Drop speed, raise speed, identical. It's the same thing. So with that set, let's do this. Because the solids are still quite low, we're going to give that one more go just to make that really nice. And right, 2 spins required for that. 2 spins because the solids are still too low really for good ice cream. Quickly get the other one in. No idea what to. Can of peaches only. Just the can of peaches and the adjusted one here. Let's get some dished up and then compare the results. So there we go, all dished up, ready to go. Now, something to note is this can only result. It's kind of got the texture to sorbet as you would expect, but with ginormous ice crystals. And they are so big that you can see them on the camera. I mean, that means that they are huge. And that is literally because it doesn't have the solids required, not necessarily sugar, because we know we can do sugar-free, doesn't have the solids required to reduce the size of ice crystals. There's nothing else to bind to that water to make it actually functional as a sorbet either. So you're just eating frozen mango, which in itself is fine. If that's what you want, then fine. The last part of this video, I'll take those out and be very short, and you can actually see tomorrow, it is nearly 1:30 in the afternoon. Tomorrow you'll see the result of the two and how one will scoop much better than the other one. So the can only is actually just flopping around. It's melting so fast that it's not pleasant. If it's the summertime, this kind of thing would absolutely work. I can see the appeal for that, but do not call it ice cream. With a few simple ingredients, it spoons just like an ice cream. Much more appropriate size ice crystals. So it's smooth, it's got a lovely texture. It's not melting anywhere near as fast. Let me show you how quickly the other one is melting. I mean, look, it's literally just been here for a few minutes talking, and you can see the difference. You can see just by using a can of fruit can produce something frozen and cold, much like a smoothie, because really that's kind of what it is in bowl shaped. I'll cut back to tomorrow when we'll just show you the scoop. So to close this video out, I said I wanted to show you the scoopability issues that a lot of these Ninja Creami recipes have. So if you're not going to eat an entire container, then you need to put it back in the freezer. Can of peaches only, and this is the result. It is impossibly hard, and this is my fixed version of this. Straight out. Good to go, no textural change. The importance of understanding how ice creams, gelatos and sorbets work means you don't have to faff around respinning time and time again. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next week.